Today I'm going to talk to you about how to work out with dumbbells while you're on your treadmill. I know everybody uses treadmills, and I like treadmills. It's a great way to get in shape, but it doesn't give you much upper body work. So I'm going to talk about how to build upper body strength, and also to build a little bit of toning if you want to tone those muscles a little bit. This is not going to be for building or bulking, so you don't worry about trying to get bulky while we're doing this. This is just for toning and really just strengthening the upper body. And I think we can always use some upper body strength. So let's get right to it, shall we? Okay. All right. Gotcha. So I'm going to start at a pretty decent pace. So you can use whatever pace you normally would work out at. But I'm not going to go too fast just because I'm going to be talking to you. And I don't want to lose my place here. So if I was working out on the treadmill, I'll be going faster than this. So realize this is not really a good pace, but as I'm doing my demonstration, this will probably allow me to do it best. Okay? So first of all, we're going to start with biceps. These dumbbells, I've got 10-pound dumbbells, and I'm going to talk to you later about how to adjust the right dumbbell weight for you. But you start just regular arm swing. And as you curl your dumbbells up, you're going to bring them forward just like that. A couple of things I want you to be aware of. Don't bend your wrist when you're bringing them forward. Make sure your wrist stays straight. The only thing that should bend is your elbow. You notice that I'm facing the dumbbells are facing my thigh, and as I bring them forward, I'm turning my hand. I'm taking my pinky finger right here, and I'm pushing it like I'm bringing it toward my deltoid. So my arms are kind of tilted. You see that tilt? It's like that. So at the top of the movement, there's going to be a tilt to the dumbbell. So it's going to be here. Here. There you go. That tilt allows you to contract those bicep muscles. You're going to continue. That's just a simple bicep. And you'll do these until you pretty much have exhausted those muscles. So I'll be doing this probably for about a minute, at least, probably longer than that, because it's only 10 pounds for me. You know, us strong guys can go for a long time, but you'll go find a weight that you can do for maybe about a minute. If I was really doing this for myself, these 10s would be too light. I'd probably have to use like 20 or 25 because I'm only going to be toning. Now, if I wanted to build muscle, I'll be using like 50. So that's the difference between the two. So don't think about getting bulky while you're doing this. There's a whole difference between toning a muscle, developing strength, and building bulk. If I'm going to be doing 25 pounds, I would not be building bulk with 25 pounds for me. Now, you might be, because the challenge might be too much for you. But I'll find a weight that I can do this for a minute. And see, that's pretty easy for me. You notice I'm going pretty slow and very controlled. That's it. After a minute, you relax. Let the arm just relax. That was the biceps. Now I'm going to go to the second part of the movement, tricep. So with tricep, you're simply going to raise those elbows up as high as you can. They have to be up high because you're going to kick back and kick. Extend those arms as much as you can as you're doing it. There you go. The elbow is going to want to drop while you do that. Avoid dropping the elbow. The higher up you are, the better you're going to feel it on the tricep. You'll do that for about a minute. Once you feel that those muscles are kind of tiring out and you can feel in those triceps that start to ache a little bit, then just rest. Shake it out. About 30 seconds or so. And by the time 30 seconds are over, the biceps are ready to go again. Yeah, they've had a lot of rest between those tricep exercises and the rest interval. You're going to go back to the biceps. Here. 2. See that tilt? When I bring it up, I'm tilting that dumbbell. I'm not going to keep it flat. I'm tilting when I come up. Here. Here. Yeah. Find whatever pace you can do the dumbbells with. And remember, my treadmill pace can be faster. So whatever pace you do your treadmill, keep it at that pace. But I want to have it so that I can still talk to you. If my pace was too fast, I'll be winded. And I'm trying to talk to you while I do the demonstration, and it wouldn't work out too well. So there's 2 bicep exercises. Let's go to 2 more exercises. Still working arms. This is arm day. So one of the days you're going to work on the treadmill will be just maybe arm day. And then I'm going to show you shoulder day in a moment. Then there's chest and back day. Okay? So 3 days. Your Monday's days can be arm day. Your Tuesday treadmill workout can be shoulder day. And your Wednesday workout can be chest and back. And then you get back to Thursday, you're back to arms. And then shoulders, then chest and back. So you're getting a lot of upper body work in while you're doing your treadmill. The second exercise for the biceps is going to be what's called drag curls. Drag. You're going to turn the dumbbells facing forward. You're going to pull them straight up. You can do those one at a time, or you can do them both together. Now, what I'm doing now is I'm keeping my palms facing forward, and I'm pulling this straight up the body, just like that, straight in line with the body, as high up as I can. Straight in line with the body, not in front, not too far in back. You're going to feel tension on the biceps, especially when you get up to that top position. You're just dragging. That's another bicep exercise. And you'll just continue that until the muscles are fatigued. Dragging. You'll get a feel for exactly how to do these exercises with experience. You'll find out that a little bit of a change in position, if you try to pull it back a little bit more, you'll find there's a better contraction on the biceps when you do that. So that's bicep exercise number 2. Tricep exercise number 2. I'll start with this arm. Straight overhead. And this elbow is going to be real close to your head. If it's close to your head, you won't hit yourself in the top of the head with the dumbbells. So make sure your elbow stays close to the head when you do this exercise. You're going to lift straight up. Maybe a little bit more coordination is required on that one. I noticed when I was doing this, I have to balance a little bit more. So if you're not quite comfortable with that one, work with it until you get used to it. And with all these exercises, I recommend that you begin not on the treadmill. Begin just on the floor, just standing there until you get the form down, exactly how to do the exercise and know exactly what you should feel. Then jump up on the treadmill. So the other arm straight overhead, arm close to the side of my head, extending. The dumbbell is falling behind the head. It was not hitting me on top of the head. If I have my elbow out too far like this, boop, I hit myself on top of the head. Don't want to do that. So keep the elbow close to the side of the head, and you will not hit your head with the dumbbell if your elbows are close to the side of the head. It's impossible. All right, so there's 2 exercises for the bicep, 2 exercises for the tricep. So here's what a routine will look like on arm day. You start your treadmill, get a little arm swing going, and you start with your bicep. There you go. Drag curls. And then lastly, overhead tricep extensions. Make back overhead, tricep extensions. Good. And then you rest. And then you just go back to the beginning again. Back to your bicep. After you get 30 seconds, go back to this one. Yeah? Yeah? You with me? Go back there. When you fatigue that muscle, you rest. Then you go to tricep kickbacks. When that muscle's fatigued, rest. You go to your drag curls. When that muscles are fatigued, rest. Go to overhead. All right? And you just continue this the whole time you're on your treadmill. So you'll, if you're doing 45 minutes of treadmill, you'll be able to do 45 minutes of arms. You can do that. You can. But if you can't work up to that, if you're going to be too sore, start off very lightly. Maybe start off at 10 minutes and see what your arms feel like the next day. Because like any muscle, it has to adapt to the routine. So you don't want to overdo it the first day. That's a problem that a lot of people have. They tend to overdo. You don't want to do that. Just do something that's manageable. So the first day you may only do 10 minutes of your dumbbells. Then put them down and finish the rest of your treadmill like you normally would. Then work up to maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever. You're not going to really overtrain too much with light dumbbells like this. It's going to be more conditioning, just like with your legs. You don't overtrain your legs. You can walk for an hour because it's not so much of a load being placed on the muscles to where you're overstressing them. Your arms will become the same way. They'll adapt to what you're doing. And since the dumbbells are light, you'll notice yourself getting a lot more muscle tone, and you'll notice you're getting stronger. And that's a good thing. So that takes care of the arms. Let's go to day number 2, which would be your shoulders. I'm going to show you 3 exercises for shoulders. You're going to just bring the dumbbells. Your knuckles are going to be facing forward now. As you bring the dumbbell up, you're going to bring it straight up. Here. Here. There you go. And you're going to continue until you can't do it. It was like, You're going to be like, okay. Your shoulders are going to be aching. And they're going to say, stop. So you're going to give them a break. Shake them out. Rest for about 30 seconds. After you rest, you're going to pump them straight up overhead. And you're going to go with the shoulder press. Here. Here. And you can do 1. I told you I like singles. It's just my preference. Everybody's different. For the treadmill, I like singles. If I'm working out in the gym with just dumbbells, I always do both arms. If I've got a stable platform, I use both arms. But here, I do singles. So after you press those to where you can't do anymore, you've done that. And you're pushing. And you feel your muscles aching. You rest. Those shoulders are on fire. But they're getting built. You're getting toned. You're getting stronger. You're building upper body strength. A lot of people that does treadmill work, they're in good shape, but sometimes the upper body just wastes away. They don't seem to have that muscle tone. I want you to have that. I want you to look good, not just at the bottom, but all over. Feel good all over. All right. Continue. The last exercise we're going to do for shoulders would be lateral raise. Your dumbbells are going to be facing just out, just like you are. As you're doing it with both arms out. There you go. Lateral raises. Real simple. And you'll do those until you can't do any more. This is shoulder day. This is day number 2, shoulders. And then once you rest at 30 seconds, you're going back to the beginning. Shoulder exercise number 1, front raises. Once that muscle is fatigued, take about maybe a minute or so to fatigue that muscle. You rest 30 seconds. Go to exercise number 2, shoulder press. Got it? When you're fatigued, go to exercise number 3, lateral raise. I'm always keeping my chest up on all these exercises, which means I don't slouch. Always anatomical posture. Anatomical. Chest up, shoulders back. Yes, sir. So that's how you'll do that. So that's shoulder day. And you'll do that for maybe first day you do it. You may be able to do 5-10 minutes. That's all your shoulders can take. But you'll build endurance as you are when you treadmill. Remember when you could only do the treadmill for maybe 5 minutes? Now you're up to an hour. You bad. Same thing's going to happen with your dumbbell work. You'll build strength and endurance. And you'll notice a change. But it'll take a little bit of time. Just give yourself maybe, every week add maybe another minute to your dumbbell work. Add an extra minute. All right, last one, chest and back. You with me so far? All right, chest and back. Now the purpose of the chest muscles is to really pull the shoulder toward the midline. I put this dumbbell here because that's the middle of my body. I'm taking the shoulder, bringing it toward that. That's what the chest does. It brings those together. So when we're doing chest work, I've got to try to cross that midline so I can bring the shoulder across there. So that's the anatomy part. Here's what it looks like. I'm going across like this. This. Cross. Cross. Now, the way you'll do this, you take your dumbbells, hanging by your side, hanging there. As you're crossing, I'm rotating the dumbbell in. Now my dumbbell is basically pointing this way. Rather than pointing forward, it's pointing, perpendicular to my body rather than parallel with my body. So it starts off here. As I go across, I'm bringing it here. And cross. Cross. Here. And it's not just a matter of moving the dumbbells. I've got to make sure that I'm moving my shoulder in as I do the exercise. The shoulder has to try to move toward the midline. Here. See, this is the midline. Shoulders going in. This is a position. And you'll feel when you do that, the muscle contract there. So that's your first chest exercise. All right. Now your back exercise is you're going to take the dumbbells just like they are, and you're going to pull it here. Now, just as I was trying to take the shoulders toward the midline by moving forward, now I want to take my back and try to move it toward the midline and back. Bring that scapula, or that shoulder blade, back as far as I can without turning my body. I want my body to stay forward. Let me just show you. So my body stay forward. So I'm going to go here. That's my position. My shoulder is back as far as I can pull it. In fact, I'm trying to pull it toward the middle of my body, and I'll feel contraction in my back muscles when I do that. So it'll be from there, here, here, here. There you go. It's a rowing motion. You'll feel it in your back when you do that. And the dumbbells are going to be only about this high, about a little bit above your waist. That's how high you're going to pull into here. There. And you can go at whatever pace you want. It can be like here. However you want to do it, you'll find the pace that will work best for you. So that's the chest exercise, that's the shoulder exercise. Number 2 for the chest. You did the one where you're just rotating across. Now we're going to go a little bit more for the upper pec. Now I'm going to bring this arm a little bit higher up. Here. Here. Same thing. Bringing the shoulder across. I'm just bringing it a little bit higher. A little bit of shoulder work, but chest work especially. Okay? Get used to doing that one. It's just, rather than me just turning it here, I'm bringing it up a little bit higher to there and here. Making sure that shoulder is going toward the midline. That's chest number 2. And back number 2. You're going to take your dumbbell. You're going to turn them as you're going back like that. Like you're just kind of like saying, throwing something behind you. Putting it behind you, just like that. And remember, you want to try and take your shoulder toward the midline. That means bringing my shoulder back as I do this exercise. I rotated my body too much. If you rotate your body too much like this, you get off balance. As long as I'm keeping my body straight, I'll keep my balance. That's very important to know. As long as your body is stable and you're not twisting, you won't lose balance. But if you start twisting, that's when you'll start to lose your balance on the treadmill. So make sure when you do exercises, your upper body is doing the work, not your lower body. Keep your pelvis completely facing forward on all the exercises. Don't twist your pelvis at all, because that's when you tend to want to fall. So my pelvis, my lower body is going to stay straight on. Bringing it back. Yeah. The arms are kind of straight now. All right. And I'm going to recap the chest and back work, and we're going to be done. I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch these videos. I like doing this. This is good. Okay, chest exercise number 1, bring it across midline. Bring it across. Here. Bringing that shoulder. Yeah. Rotating that dumbbell in. Rotate. That's number 1. Back exercise number 1. Row. row, row. Bringing it back as far as you can, bringing that shoulder back as far as you can and around. Don't twist your body too much. You want to make your shoulders do all the work. Don't rotate your upper body, in other words. Don't rotate as you do it. Keep those shoulders pretty square and try to pull the shoulders back like that. All right. That's number 2. Chest exercise number 2. Bringing it here toward midline, midline, here, here. It's not going to be up quite as high as you were doing when you're doing these. When you're doing your shoulder work, it's going to be a lot higher. But on these, you're not even going to come to shoulder level. That's not even going to be as high as your shoulder. It's going to be kind of like in here. So this is my shoulder level right here. I'm not going to bring them that high. It can be about right there. In. And then the back exercise, here, 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 here. Always going to rest 30 seconds between. So 30 seconds between this one. After you do this one until you fatigue the muscle, rest 30 seconds. Shake it out. Go to your row. Finish that. When the muscle's fatigued, rest 30 seconds. Go to chest number 2. Here, 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 here. When that's fatigued, rest 30 seconds. And then the last one, back, back, back. All right. Let me stop and chat with you guys for a moment here. Yeah. That gets you going. That's a really good routine. If there's something else that you'd like me to show you, just message me. Give me a little comment. I'll be glad to answer your questions. Let me know if there's anything else that you'd like me to cover. I'm going to show in another couple of weeks or so how to do this with bands, with exercise resistance bands, because you can do a good routine with bands. So I'll update that, because I know a lot of people like to use the treadmill, and the weather's nice out, so you shouldn't be doing the treadmill anyway. You can get outside and enjoy the great outdoors. This is an awesome time of the year for Phoenix. We have beautiful weather, beautiful time of the year. But whatever you're doing today, make it awesome, guys. See you.